Okay, cool. So just very quickly, thank you very much for doing the interview. I know it must be very busy and everything with everything that's going on, but my first question really was, what was the sort of inspiration for starting the band, and what made you decide to play the type of music you do?
Well, thank you for having us, first off, right?
Thank you for inviting us, yes. It's a great story, kind of crazy story that we have. We both were born in Russia originally, and when we started to think about pursuing a career of music, Andrey left everything behind and moved to the United States. It was about 14 years ago.
Yeah.
And I followed. We met actually in the United States when I was traveling around East Coast. Okay. And through a mutual friend who is also a huge Linkin Park fan. And this is how like music brought us together.
Connected us for the purpose of together making music, and not only that.
Right.
We're also married now.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, in terms of your sort of influences, is Linkin Park sort of one of the main ones, or is it?
Well, for many reasons, we would agree that they are. Firstly, from the music standpoint, right, and then the impact they made on our personal lives as well. Like you cannot just just discredit them and say no, they're okay, right? No, I mean like that's probably
they are embedded in our brain.
They're the family we never met. I mean, we met them, but not very briefly.
Right.
Yeah.
So they don't know about us being their families, but
the inspiration is kind of like subconscious. We're not trying to sound like them. We just enjoy their music, love their music, and somehow it translates to our music as well. And fans say that our music sounds something like it. So
cool. Science shows that the impact, the biggest impact you're gonna ever have, like musically wise or as far as art goes, is something that made an impression on you, like when you were like 14, 16, or something along those lines, right?
Yeah.
Before you were 20. And so that music genre or the music type that you were listening to, during that age stays with you for the longest, they say. I agree. I mean, there's definitely a way to discover new bands and new sounds and experiment with the sounds. But we were both listening to like alternative metal / new metal / alternative rock kind of music back when we were around that age. So naturally, it just happened to be our preference in music for many years ahead, and that's the type of music that we wanted to be making as well. I'm sure when I was listening to like Linkin Park and Papa Roach, I was like, yeah, I should do something like that. But I had no idea. Like when I was 16, I had no idea what it would take, and kind of the crazy way that life got me here.
Yeah.
Very, very unexpected, and
partially the reason why we're doing this kind of music, making this kind of music, is that the genre is kind of started slowing down and to decline and disappearing, and we decided to take it in our own hands and bring this music back to life.
Yeah, but we definitely didn't want to rip off the bands that were making music back then, and we didn't want to sound exactly like them, right?
That's
we wanted to
influence.
Yeah, I know, right? we wanted to add our own twist and our own vision, because even though, like, let's say, well, there was an influence from new metal, right, and Linkin Park and Papa Roach, but there was also an influence from the pop side of things.
Yeah.
Sasha loved Backstreet Boys dearly. I was more mature at that time, I should say. But I also
actually started from Britney Spears, but I decided to skip that
oh,
part.
baby.
You can't slate Britney Spears. She's good. You know,
Right.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
When she started,
as a 12 years old girl, I mean, come on.
when she started, I was talking about 12-year-old girls, right? I'm gonna tell the story. I don't know if I ever told you, but but people definitely don't know the story. Like, you know, the listeners and the audience. So my dad actually got really. My dad is a huge Beatle maniac. Like,
right.
you know, he's the rock guy, the rock and roll '60s. You know, AC/DC, the Beatles. You know, Led Zeppelin. For some reason, he really got into like Britney Spears, and I don't know if he was like joking at the time, like he was fucking, if he was fucking with me or something. But like, he really convinced me that he liked Britney Spears at that time. I don't know, maybe he was like doing some kind of scientific mental experiment on me, because like right now it's really hard to believe that he was into Britney Spears, if you ask me. But when her first video came out. One More Time, Baby One More Time, right? He really seemed to be enjoying it. And I was like, okay, well, you know, my dad's birthday is coming up. And so I went and I bought him Britney Spears CD for his birthday. Well, the way he reacted, I cannot describe. Like, it wasn't like, it was somewhere between excitement and disappointment. You know? So, I don't know. Like, I probably got to talk to him again and like ask him, hey, Dad, do you remember like freaking 20 years ago I bought you this Britney Spears CD? He'd probably be like, yeah, that was super weird. Like, why would you do that? Like, I still to this day don't know why would you do that, son. But yeah, I feel like that would be the answer. But I'll talk to him and I'll report back.
Right.
That's brilliant.
It would be really cool to invite him over to the interview, but he's not that good.
Well, we're gonna be his translators, right? He's not that fluent in English, but regardless, he was very influenced by Western culture, and this is where I got my influence as well. You know, listening to the rock music from an early age, mostly sung in English. 95% of it was. Yeah, so we were talking about pop influences. I was more like, I guess, alt pop rock kind of a guy. So Keen definitely was one of my favorite bands, and still to this day, one of my favorite bands of all time. So, you know, we try to kind of combine and blend some genres. You know, we're not trying to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna marry the most like unpredictable genres together, the most unusual genres together. No, like, we want to make it like, you know, I guess
more mainstream,
classy, a little more mainstream. We're not trying to be like super weird, and we're not trying to
band. Yeah, that's not
reinvent the wheel again and like do some crazy stuff and be an experimental band. No, but you know, we have some influences from different genres, and you know, if we feel like something might be used, even though if it comes from a different genre, we would do that. You know, we have heavy guitar riffs, heavy-ish drums, but then we have like pop influenced melodies, you know, but then lyrics that you would not normally hear in pop music at all. You know, something that is definitely more from rock side of things.
Okay, that actually feeds into my next question quite well, actually. So when you're doing the writing for your songs and your music and everything, how are you approaching that? Do you sort of start with a specific idea in mind that, oh, I've got this riff, let's see where it goes, or do you just see what happens?
Yeah, it happens differently every time, I feel like. And before Andrey would start the idea, and kind of we all build on that. With the latest 4 songs that we just recorded, it kind of transformed into a different kind of way that we write songs. We tried for the first time to write together, which I think really worked.
Yeah, I'm a total
Very good.
I'm a total control freak, by the way. So it was very tough to let somebody in
I
to be a
always
part
try
of the
to
process.
contribute. Like I always
Yeah,
try to,
right.
and I would fix some stuff. I would like contribute to the melodies,
Suggest something like
some harmonies.
after something was already like the core was already built, she would suggest like, oh,
Right.
maybe you should change this and that. Maybe like the melody would go up instead of down or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? But that was the first time recently when we tried to collaborate like from day one. And
It was
to,
hard for both of us, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's just the first time.
for
so.
you it was like I feel like for you it was more like pressure kind of a thing, right?
Pressure to express my thoughts for the first time in front of him.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not for the first time, but like in a way of writing
in a way of writing
lyrics, right?
from the very beginning. Like
Right.
it's much easier for me to contribute to something that already exists, But like to start from the bottom, that was a challenge. But I think it worked.
Yeah, I think it worked
well.
just well. Yeah, I think it's the new songs are definitely on a new level for us as far as songwriters, as far as performers. So if people enjoy our music, I'm sure they're gonna enjoy our new songs even more because we strongly believe that these 4 songs we've just recorded are the best to date, for sure. Largely because Sasha was such a huge part of our song. No, I'm not kidding right now. I'm not,
Yeah, right.
No, I'm serious. That's what I think. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So in terms of the sort of translating everything that you write for the song, how do you make it so that the song fits if you're playing live? Like, sort of, because I know some bands they put everything together and it's all so intricate that when they try and put it live, it doesn't quite translate. So, like, how do you avoid that problem?
Certainly is a problem to be had. Yes, we try to perform as a 6-piece band. We have a drummer, we have a bassist, 2 guitarists, at least. We both play keyboards and sampler. We both sing. So 6 people that are constantly busy doing something during the performance, and we have backing tracks playing as well. Some synths that we just cannot do 55 different synths at the same time. That would be funny.
Yeah,
but yeah,
we have a lot of layers in our music, and I think it's very interesting for a listener to kind of every time you listen, you might hear something new, like new details, new under layers.
Right.
So that's cool, but yeah, translating to the live show is definitely a challenge. And first of all, we're trying to write music in a way that, like, keeping in mind the live show that's gonna follow.
At least to a certain extent, yes.
Right.
So 5-part harmonies are probably not gonna happen anytime soon. But 3-part harmonies, though, on the other hand, we got them, and we're working on making that happen as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have quite a sophisticated, complicated live setup. It takes a lot of time to bring it on stage. So venues and other bands usually hate us. we also hate it as well because we only got like 10-15 minutes for changeover. So it's always stressful. Like we barely make it by the skin of the teeth. Like every single time we try to do it, like it takes every single minute we have, and then like.
And then you're
you're all red and sweating, and your hands are shaking because you don't know if everything will work.
You just made it.
Yeah, you just made it. But somehow it works, more or less.
Yeah.
We were trying to come up with a good way to translate those songs into an acoustic environment. Or a semi-acoustic environment probably as well. Maybe some synths, some drum machine, some sample pads, some percussion. some stripped down versions of what we have, but still involving some electronic elements and things like that. Because when we try to perform with just acoustic guitars, we can do that, but we would prefer that people are already kind of familiar with the original way we sound, on the record, because otherwise it might be a little bit confusing.
Right.
People might listen to our acoustic version and think, oh, it's like an indie, chill indie rock band, and then they turn on our record and it's kind of like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this madness? And the other way around, maybe they expect like to get this rich sound coming from a lot of synths and a lot of layers, and here we are with 2 acoustic guitars. So we're constantly working on ways to improve our live performances and all the different scenarios, and educating the public about what they should expect, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So got 2 more questions for you. This one's a bit cheeky. Out of all the songs that you have and all the songs that you do, what's your favorite song, both sort of like to record, and what's your favorite song to play live? Are they the same, or are they 2 completely different songs?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a tricky question. It is a tricky question. Well, keep in mind we just recorded 4 new songs, so we're deeply in love with them. I'm not gonna lie, but we're yet to perform them or even rehearse them live. So we don't know the challenges, and the possible complications that we might experience. Maybe we're not gonna enjoy playing one of those songs live all that much, but we really had fun recording it. One of the songs is actually coming out on July 10th. It's called The Flood. And to me personally, that's a
winner.
That's a winner. At this moment in time, that's a winner for me as far as recording and songwriting goes, for sure. And I'm 95% positive that's also going to be a winner for the live performance. It's a very energy-driven song. It's a song that's quite different from the songs that we've done in the past.
We have some surprises.
We have some surprises for sure
going on.
Okay.
We're probably going to be performing that song for the first time later in the year, if they allow some performances to continue. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Really hoping for that.
But I feel like, for me, definitely, The Flood is going to be the winner and the most favorite song that we wrote to date. But I feel like for the listeners, for the viewers, we should talk about what is the favorite from already released that they already heard.
Okay, right. Yeah.
And for me, I think it's Melee Scars.
Okay.
It's very energetic. It's fun to play live. I know for you it's a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, it's a little tough to sing.
But I just love it, and it pumps and it gets the attention. I don't know, it's just cool.
My favorite song is "Living Your Life Like This" to perform live. I feel like that's definitely the song that I enjoy the most playing live. It's not. It's the perfect balance between being challenging enough, like vocally, and allowing me to have enough fun, like to run around the stage and interact with the crowd.
Right.
Okay. So the final question is one I'm sure you've been asked before, but how has sort of the coronavirus impacted you, either as a recording band or as a band that performs live, and how do you think it will impact you going forward once the lockdown finishes? Because I imagine things aren't going to be the same as they were before. So. Yeah,
that's the scary part. I'm really concerned about how the world is going to take it and what's going to happen next. But so we cannot really plan much. We just go as it flows, you know, just whatever comes next, we're ready.
Yeah, we're definitely problem solvers, you know, and we overcome challenges, but we cannot predict what's going to happen in the future. We can only try to overcome one challenge at a time as it comes. You know, the current ones are that some of our shows got postponed or canceled that we had planned. Sadly, we still have a couple that have a possibility of happening. One is in September, another one is in October. Not exactly sure whether or not it's going to be happening or to which extent. Like you mentioned, there might be some new things that might need to be implemented.
Some restrictions.
How are they gonna do live shows with social distancing and people wearing masks in an environment where it's already pretty hard to breathe to begin with, you know, and so many people are there. You know, those are tough times, but what can we do? We can only make some more music, hopefully make this world a little better. You know, possibly those songs are gonna be heard by somebody who needs the encouragement and who needs to hear the message that we bring.
Right, and we're trying to stay in touch with our fans. We're planning the live chat in the near future to kind of keep the songs alive. The release of the new songs are coming. Very excited.
We were lucky to record them literally like days before everything unfolded with the pandemic.
Before everything was closed.
We were our mixing engineer and producer Kevin. He was already mixing out of his house, you know, because the studio was closed. And, you know, we really wanted to push those songs out as soon as possible as well, get them done as soon as possible, because we were already way behind the schedule for what we planned originally, and we just could not allow anything else to step in our way of releasing those songs.
Yeah.
This year.
I'm trying just to find new revenues, trying to explore other areas. Musicians can do a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. We look at this from this angle. Like, you know, we're not performing live, but there's so many things you can do online nowadays, promotion-wise, marketing. There are many things we need to button up, update. You know, our bios, banners, pictures, whatnot. You know, we're working on some music videos, lyric videos. And when we run out of ideas for those 4 songs, we definitely gonna start releasing new ones. We're already ready to start writing some new material as well. Very excited for that.
Awesome. So one final thing, where can people find you on social media? Are you on Facebook, Instagram?
Everywhere.
We are literally everywhere, except for maybe we're not as present on TikTok, so don't try to find us there.
Yeah.
We're not that kind of a band. Not yet, maybe. I'm still trying to figure out what to think of it, you know.
Yeah.
But so we're not on Snapchat either.
But it doesn't really
it's a thing. Yeah.
Our thing, I feel like. We're not that silly to be on TikTok.
We're not that brave to let ourselves be looked at as silly, you know.
Maybe that's something to explore.
We'll explore it at some point to a certain extent. But Facebook, Instagram are our strongest ones. If you listen to the music on streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, Amazon, we're literally everywhere. As far as I'm concerned, we're even on torrents.
We have a cool store at our website, majormomentband.com. Very easy.
If you want to support us and order yourself a nice t-shirt, feel free to do it, guys. We appreciate all the support. If you want to just drop us a line, we also appreciate that. Feel free to contact us. There's a Facebook Messenger form. There's a email form. subscribe to us, write us something. We always try to stay in touch with our fans. This connection matters to us, especially during tough times like that.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's everything from my end. So, is there anything else you'd like to add, or have you?
I wish everybody great health.
Right.
Be healthy, guys. Be safe. It's a perfect time to learn something new. You know, we have internet, thank God. YouTube is a huge vault of knowledge, and so is Google. Anything you want to learn how to do, take us as an example. You know, at some point in not so distant past, right? We have no idea about music business. Here we are, like recording some songs, writing some songs, getting some awards, recognition, fan love, interviews, all great stuff. Thank you so much. We're so thankful for that. But create some art as well, you guys. If you think that you're not worthy, just look at us. You know, so there's definitely you guys can do better than we do, for sure.
On that positive note.
On that positive note. All right, awesome. Perfect.